Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Listen, I want to come in and talk about this cycle of being stuck, this cycle of being stuck in your startup phase for your organization, stuck in your ability or struggles with raising money, stuck in really understanding the process of generating revenue for your program and for your organization, stuck in the feelings of hopelessness and frustration, stuck in being very, very smart but not being able to figure out how to get unstuck, right? Stuck with your passion and knowing that your work is very important, but feeling frustrated that you can't invite or have a challenge inviting, informing, engaging others, or even articulating for others why your work is so relevant and significant now. Stuck in seeing others seem to do the work that you love to do, that you want to do, but not having the tools, the resources, the connection, the information that's relevant, that's going to be able to help you move quickly, systematically, and for a sustained period of time. Have you heard about the rubber band effect, right? Where you go out so far, you do so much, and then bam, you snap back exactly where you were. Snap back to, I'm struggling. I don't know what to do next. I'm not sure. I'm not clear. I need help, but I don't know where to go for help. Who am I? I am Jennifer Yarbrough. I am a nonprofit expert. I help nonprofit leaders start, grow, and sustain their businesses, and helping them start in a place where they are able to take their organization to the next level. All right. Do you find that you are doing everything that you know to do to grow your business? You're doing everything that you know to get your organization out there. You're doing events. You are you're doing posts on social media. You've bought T-shirts. You've built a website. You've done as much as you can think of doing. You've really invested in looking into groups and different systems, and possibly even taking a few classes, done lots of research on Google, but find that you are exactly where you were this time last month, this time last quarter, this time last year. Again, the rubber band effect, where you've done some things, but then you're right back where you are. Now, this is the thing. You're very smart, right? You're very smart. You're a professional. Many of you have careers. Many of you have degrees. Many of you have been managers and directors in your field, but this is something that's brand new. This is something that you've never done before. And in order to compete, in order to be able to share the value of what you do with your grant funders, with your donors, with even with those who would be impassioned by what you do, frustrated that your friends, your family, and those that you thought would support you are not inspired to do that, right? You're smart, you are enlightened, you have lots of skills, but this is something that's brand new. This is something that's brand new. I can tell you that when I started in this industry many years ago, almost 40 years now, well over 40, close to 40 years. It was a process of learning the systems of the nonprofit, learning the strategies of how to get your organization seen and viewed, even the strategies of organizing, right? Making sure that you have the right people on the right team, making sure that you are surrounding yourself with individuals who are there for the cause to help you move your organization forward, not there because of your passion, but because of the cause they too believe in. They are on board with ensuring that your organization has what it needs to sustain itself, right? And so being clear about where you are and what you want to be, where you want to be as an organization, where you want to be as a leader, where you want to be as a community influencer, where you want to be in the area of growing your program and expanding your impact and serving more people than you are currently. It's going to take three things. Three things it's going to take, okay? The first thing it's going to take is you retelling your story. right? The first thing it's going to take is you retelling your story. The story that you tell yourself about you can do it by yourself. The story that you tell yourself about, I'm afraid to learn how to do this in a way that others who do it well do. The story you may tell yourself of, I'm not worth the investment because I may fail. The story you may tell yourself of, no one will support it. The story that you tell yourself of, what if they reject it? And what if I speak about it and they're not interested? The story you tell yourself is that others can do it, but I can't. The story that you tell yourself of, I'm going to fail, so I won't go all in. The story that you tell yourself is that I just want to do this part-time because I really don't feel that I can do it full-time. The story that you tell yourself of, that if I do it by myself, then I won't be disappointed if other people aren't as passionate or aren't as committed as me. All right. You've got to change your story. You've got to talk to yourself and tell yourself that your organization is designed with the intention of meeting a need, that there are 1,000 people, at least minimum, that are praying for a solution, and you are that solution. You've got to tell yourself that you didn't give yourself this vision. Visions come from God, if that's what you believe, and that you have been given this burden to live it out, and that you can. You've got to tell yourself that with the right tools, with the right knowledge, with the right information, I can get the right results. You've got to tell yourself that though you're tired and though you may not know now, you can learn, and you can get with a mentor. You can get with someone who can help move you quickly. You can tell yourself that you're not supposed to do this by yourself. You are a community-based organization. And as such, you are relevant and significant and needed in your community. Your voice, your mission, your vision is needed right now. Right now. All right. So that's the one thing. Tell yourself a different story. Tell yourself a different story. Surround yourself with people who are professional, who are like-minded, who have the knowledge that you seek, right? And who are open to being available to you as a mentor and a coach. Now, listen, you got to tell yourself the story that you can't expect everything that you get free to make you competitive with those who have invested in themselves. You are worth the investment. All right. That's the one thing. Tell yourself a different story, that your organization is worthwhile. And in order to do what others do, you've got to know what they know and be able to do it. Again, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're bright, you have capabilities, you have strengths. But in this area, if you are struggling and stuck, then it's hard when we don't know what we don't know, right? If you don't know what you don't know, then you don't know what to do, what you don't know what to do. And that very thing is what's keeping you stuck, because you don't know how to get unstuck. All right. And you can learn. So tell yourself a different story. Number two, set a new standard for yourself. Set a standard of, I'm not going to be complacent. Set a standard of, I deserve to have all of my dreams fulfilled. Set a standard that says, I am capable and able, and I want to soar. I want to be among those that have built an organization for legacy. Set a standard for yourself, is that it's not okay for me to be at the same place that I was in 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It is not okay for me to not have expanded my mind, have not expanded my experiences, have not stepped outside of my comfort zone. Right? You want to make sure that you are raising your own personal standard as a nonprofit leader, as a leader of influence, as a cause changer, as a person who is a lightning rod for impact. You are that vision carrier that touches lives, transforms families, and improves community on a broad scale. You've got to set a standard of excellence for yourself. You've got to set a standard of, I will know, I can know, and I will compete. Listen, y'all. This is an industry that is a business, and there are over 3 million nonprofits. Those that have a standard of a leader that excels, that's developed, that knows how to build a team, that sets the bar high. Set the standard, evaluate the standard. Have you been comfortable with just being complacent? Have you been comfortable with just going by what you've gotten, free here, a little bit here, but not really put together a strategic plan? If your vision is not written, then it is not plain. If your vision is not written, then it is not plain. And if it is not plain to anyone, then how can they support it? How can they know the value of it on a sustained long-term basis? Set your standard higher. Push past your thoughts of limitation. Push past your fears of failure. You are a leader. Yes, you will have mistakes. We all make mistakes. Yes, there will be changes and there will be obstacles, but you will have the knowledge. You can have the knowledge of how to overcome those obstacles, how to pivot strategically. Set your standard to know. Set your standard of excellence, not complacency, not mediocrity. Set your standard to be a reflection of excellence for your community. Set the standard for being a place and a resource of knowledge. And number three, I want you to look at your vision. And I want you to just examine. This is number three. You know, is it worth, is your vision worth your commitment? What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose by committing to your calling and your purpose? Examining, what are you losing? You're losing time now. You're losing money now. You're losing momentum now. You're losing passion now, right? You're frustrated now. I want you to take control. I don't want you to feel as if you have no control. You control your knowledge. You control who pours into you. You control what you can learn and what you choose to learn. You control your consistency. You control your momentum. You control what you choose to focus on. You control what you buy into and where your mindset is. You control that procrastination. You control that. You control the boundaries of your comfort zone. You control that. If you can imagine being connected to a group of people, a group of professionals, a coach, a mentor that pushes you, inspires you, leads you, teaches you, shows you, right, what works, and wants your success equally as much as you. What would that mean to you? What would it mean to you to be supported? What would it mean to you to have the answers to your questions? What would it mean to you to not have to be frustrated and trying to figure it out on your own? Again, you're bright, you're smart, you're intelligent, you've got degrees. But if this is the first time that you've done something, then you want to know the quickest way around a curve, a learning curve, is someone who can teach you how to maneuver these curves. The nonprofit industry is an amazing industry. This is the only job that I've ever had in my entire career, is helping organizations grow, training leaders and putting together strategic plans and processes, and helping to ensure that the tools, the resources, the knowledge that is needed to help them be competitive in this very competitive market, to have a voice of influence and a voice of impact that's clearly articulated, to be able to build relationships and be consistently sharing your story, inviting more and more people to come, and not going back to those patterns of, I'll do it when I get to it, or I'll do it when I feel like it, or I'm too busy. What would it be if you had access to a professional, to an expert that's committed to you? Now that's an investment in you, right? That's an investment in you saying, I want the best. I want to learn from the best. I want to know how it's done. Um, I want to know what my next steps are. I want to understand the process of thinking. I want to know what it is to build an organization that is able to raise money during times of traumatic crisis and emergencies, national emergencies. I want to know how to pivot and how to ensure that my budget is met. I want to know the processes of raising money and raising it on a regular and a monthly basis. I want to know how to cultivate my donors so that it can happen. And let me tell you guys, let me the truth. It does not happen overnight. Nothing big, right? Nothing small becomes big overnight. Nothing small becomes big overnight, but it takes work, it takes consistency, it takes direction, it takes the right strategy, right? It takes the right seed in the right ground. Because listen, you put a seed in the wrong ground and it won't grow. It'll just stay there as a seed, right? My great nieces, they decided to plant something in the backyard, and they planted this seed. And I mean, they've been watering it, they've been doing everything. Um, but it may have been a seed that needed direct sunlight, or it may have been a seed that needed partial sunlight, right? There's a strategy in even how you plant your seed so that you can get the maximum growth. Listen, y'all, I just want you to be encouraged by these three things. I want you to do a self examination, a self reflection. If something that I have said has resonated with you, if something that I have said has inspired you, please share this. Share this with someone. Share this with someone who you know, one of your colleagues, one of your peers, one of your associates. Um, and make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who can help you soar, right? Who can help you soar. Invest in real knowledge, invest in a system, invest in a full strategy, not bits and pieces, right? Not bits and pieces, but really invest in someone who can show you the full picture so that you then can make a full picture decision, so that you then can see the full picture and that you know how to act, okay? That you know how to perform, that you know what to expect, that you can then make decisions based upon the last decision and not remain stuck, and not remain stuck. All right. Again, you are smart, you are intelligent, you are worth having your dream fulfilled. You don't have this passion for nothing. Your passion is to serve, is to help, is to change, is to uplift, is to transform. And you are called to do that. Again, with everything comes a season of learning and knowledge. Get yourself a coach, right? That's what I do. I would love to be your coach. But find out what it is that you ultimately want to do. Are you telling yourself the right stories? Are you really expecting the most in the areas of success? And you making decisions. How are you making your decisions? I want you to make a decision today. I want you to make a decision today. Am I committed to me? This is a personal journey. You have created and desired to start a nonprofit. That's very personal. And that you want to leave a legacy of change and transformation. That's very personal. And you want the solution of your program to touch lives beyond this week, beyond this month, beyond this year, beyond this generation. You want a legacy that's going to transform lives. Make a decision. Make a decision and commit to it. Surround yourself with people who are going in the right direction, who are looking to excel and learn. Let me tell you this, the plane can't fly by itself. You need a pilot, you need the stewardesses, you need the maintenance people, you need those who service the plane. You need others to help make sure and ensure that your organization is able to be maintained, to be sustained, and to be impactful. Look at your team. How did you pick them? How are you training them? How are you equipping them? And who's equipping you? Who's equipping you? Who is giving you the tools and the knowledge that you have or that you need? All right? Just some self-examination as we go into the second half of this year. I believe that this is a year of transformation. I believe that this is a year of systems being broken. I believe that this is a time when your organization is needed more than ever. Beyond the pickets, beyond the protesting, beyond the pandemic, these are lives, real lives that are hurt, that are broken, that need help. And our organizations, we do what government cannot do. We do what businesses cannot do. We have a very unique um, industry that we're in that's always going to be needed. Nonprofits have been around since the 1800s. This is nothing new, and we're not going anywhere soon. Um, we're now needed more than ever. Your programs around mental health, your programs around single moms, your programs around reentry, your programs around young people and activities and emotional coaching and mentoring, your programs around tutoring and business development and financial literacy needed now more than ever. Homelessness and clothing and professional development, all of these things, education, all of these things are needed right now, but they're needed with a leader. You are that leader. You are that leader that, with the right help, can lead an organization, not stuck, right? I don't want you to feel as if this is your portion, being stuck, right? When you know what to do, you're able to do it. You're able to do it. And so, again, if there's something that I have said that has inspired you, that has resonated with you, please share it. Please share this video. Please share this podcast with someone else. And if I can be of service, if me and my team can come alongside you and work with you to help you get in position quickly, to help you navigate these uncertain waters during this uncertain time. Again, I have raised money during downturns of the economy. I've raised money through national emergencies and crises. This is what I do, and this is what I'm called to do. Paul built tents, I build nonprofits. And it is my job, it is my passion, it is my pleasure to help fill in those voids and make sure that those gaps are tight, and making sure that the vision is clear and that you have the skill set, the confidence, the clarity, and the strategy to take your organization from startup to growth and then sustainability, right? You've got to grow from where you are. And then you've got to grow in that knowledge base, that financial base, that community base. And that comes with strategy, all right, with strategy. And so I want to share that with you. I want you all to be encouraged, be inspired, and let's get busy. Our work is now more relevant and needed than ever. Don't get tired. Don't get discouraged. And please make a decision not to remain stuck. Every day that your organization is not a part of the solution is every day one person's prayer is not answered. 1,000 people's prayers are not answered. You are the solution. All right. So tell yourself a different story. Make some real decisions and get some help. Okay. Get some help. Get some help. And if I can help you, then I'm here to do so. Feel free to go to my website, jd as in David, yarbrough.com, jd as in David, yarbrough.com, jdyarbrough.com. And I am here to assist you. Sign up for one of my complimentary sessions. If you've made a decision that, Jen, I don't want to be stuck, I want to make sure that I end this year ready and prepared to excel and to grow in 2021, then let's get started today. All right, make a decision, make a commitment, and then let's take action. Let's take the right action. You all be encouraged. You all be inspired. I love you, and I love working with many of you. Blessings.